I swear, I tried as much as possible to stick to the episode for this week, but Love Island UK and Love Island USA between it, I have to say they've been on my mind. I could not work on my topic, you all. I just got stuck thinking about what I'm going to say concerning this recent episode, especially the Casa Amor episode that just got concluded. I don't know, guys. I'm very sorry. You have to bear with me. I have to review this. And for those of us keeping up with reality TV shows, you will know you have to be on Twitter to monitor the tea for those parts, those tiny bits that you will miss. This is not a review. This is just me. This is just me giving my 2 cents on the Casa Amor episode. For those of you that keep up with my weekly videos on Thursdays, I promised I was going to give a review when hopefully the season for both Love Island USA and Love Island UK is done. But for now, this is just me giving my 2 cents on the Casa Amor episode. This is solely for Love Island UK because I just watched it and I got 1 or 2 things to say about it, guys. Okay, before we get right into it, you're welcome to the amazing episode on EWL Podcast, Experience with Luchi Podcast. Don't forget that this podcast is a platform for you to be expressive and a reality check. I'm your host, Imitate the Oluchi Gloria, and I'm super excited for this episode. I think this is one of my favorite episodes when I tend to review reality TV shows. I am a sucker for reality TV shows. I would always watch. And we are reviewing Love Island. I have to rephrase. I'm here to give my tiny bit on Love Island UK, the Casa Amor episode. And sorry, I'm going to be on my phone just to make sure I don't miss the things that I wanted to highlight on this episode. And I think one thing I want to highlight on this episode is when people say age is just a number, it is true for most of the times. For this guy called Kieran on Love Island UK, he's just 21 years old. If you place him side by side with Joey Essence, the difference is clear, you all. Like, I'm so proud of Kieran. He's 21 years old, and it's impossible for me to believe, given the kind of the way he carried himself on the show, the way he acted towards his partner, both when they were on the main villa and when they went to Casa Amor, it is crazy. Kudos to Kieran, and I tend to agree with this statement that says age is just a number. For this show, I agree full time. I think one thing I want to also highlight on this episode is the key of communication. I think for those of you that watched my video last week, for those of you that keep up with my Thursday videos, I said something concerning communication, but I think in that video it kind of gave a vibe that I was trying to justify Ayo's behavior for the Casa Amor episodes. No, I did not in any way try to support Ayo's behavior, but I'm just saying, and I think I used to highlight that I do not like Ayo's behavior. I do not like his movement on Casa Amor episodes, but I'm just saying that for communication to take place, the person conveying the message and the person receiving the message have to do the work. If you're not receiving the message, you have to communicate back that you did not get the message. And for you conveying the message, you have to speak in plain terms, in plain language for your partner to understand the message. Well, these guys be learning new tactics. They speak in Morse codes and you cannot even understand what they are saying. As plain as that. I had my head all over the places for this episode, guys. I was working on my topic for this week and I could not just concentrate. I just had to bring Love Island UK to the podcast. Okay, guys. I think the second thing I want to talk about is when we say it's looks over personality or personality over looks, people will say, I'm attracted to personality. I don't care about the looks. The other person will say, it's the looks for me. Oh, please, I have to be attracted to my man before I get down with him. But for me, I would be truthful when I say this on this episode that the looks and the personality comes to play one way or the other. Like, it's crazy. People have a particular type they go for. Even though I sit here and tell you that I do not think I have been one to. I have a type, but it's not like a type. Well, English is blurry. But I'm just saying that, do you really believe, like, this is a question to my audience. I want you guys to engage me on any platform. is there really looks over personality or personality over looks? Or do you agree with me when I say it is they work hand in hand together? At some point, the looks will come to play. At some point, personality is going to come to play, and that is on plain fact. So, what do you think about this first thing I just highlighted? And the second thing for me is, guys, so people be wasting people's time. Like for this Ayo and Mimi situation, I think that is what stood out for most of us that keep up with Love Island UK, particularly this Casa Amor episode. For people that go into relationship and you recognize that this person is not your person, but you still stick with the person. A lot of people have been victims of this circumstance where you have been in a relationship for 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and out of the blues, your partner gets this instant connection, and you see them getting married, you see them going really, like they go all the way with this other person, and they've been with you for what, years. So I don't know, at what points do you recognize that someone is not your person and stop wasting people's time? Because this Aya and Miri situation is a crazy thing, because these guys have been together for like day one. They had a bump when Uma came in. But see, I know for those of you that have not watched this, everything I'm saying is not going to make sense, but I'm just highlighting things from the episodes. Like when you finally get to watch my review on UK Love Island, you will get it. But you can still go watch it to understand this particular episode. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I don't get how you know. Okay, some people will say they don't know until they meet the person that they have that instant connection with. But to me, it does not just make sense. Everybody, if you're with someone for 1 year, 2 years, you should be able to tell if they tick your boxes or not, if you can be with them or not. I don't know. I've never experienced when I'm unsure. If like I've not experienced being unsure about somebody. If I like a person, people that know me, if I say I like this person, it's crazy. Like my mind is stuck on that person. If I say I like someone, it's the person. There's no confusion there. I like you, I like you. So the third question is, people now give this excuse of, oh, I was just testing the water. And it's great. I don't even know, guys. My head is all over the place. You have to bear with me on this episode. Like again, on this Love Island UK, the Casa Amor episode, we have some of these dudes saying, I had to test this to know if we had like a strong connection. If you don't have a strong connection in the first place, why were you with the person? You're testing the water. You have oh, my type is normally petite and blonde, but I saw it and I had to go for it to know if the connection I had with the other girl that is not my type on paper had, like, it's just so crazy. And this brings me to the question, like, is it the men or the women? It's crazy because I don't even know at this point. Is it that the men are not communicating properly to the women, or the women are not just understanding the message the men are passing across to them? Because it was a crazy episode for this Casamol, guys. It's crazy. So what does it even mean to test waters? What does that even mean? What does that mean? If you say that you want to be committed to this person, why does it count if you meet someone that's your type on paper and you want to test the water to see if this relationship is going to survive this so-called test of yours? It does not make sense. I have to highlight, and I say this to people and people are like, what do you mean by that? But this is the plain truth, guys. There's always going to be the most pretty in the room. There's always going to be the most handsome in the room. There's always going to be the most sexy in the room. There's always going to be the most classy in the room. There's always someone that has the best aura around. So at a point in your life where you meet someone that has like a prettier face than your partner, you would want to go test that water. At some point in your life when you meet someone that is more sexy than your partner, you will want to go test that water as well. It does not just make any sense. It's not adding up. Sorry for those guys on Love Island. It is not making any sense for test. Like, why have you done to do this? And you're like, I had to text it. I had to be sure that this relationship was strong enough to withhold the so-called test. Your partner, on the other hand, is taken as being loyal to you. Guys, when you get to watch it, you will understand where I'm coming from. It was just a crazy thing. Even though the audience, we watching it, could tell that this guy was not all in. I mean, I don't know how else we need to like point clarity for a lot of people. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. My head is all over the place. I cannot still wrap my head around what went on before Casa Amor, after Casa Amor. It is crazy. Like, this is just me reviewing UK. Imagine what happens on USA. Like, it's crazy. So, guys, summarizing this episode, I have just three main points to point out, and it's going to be in the form of a question. So, the three questions are: is it looks over personality or personality over looks? Or do you agree with me when I say that both looks and both personality comes to play when it comes to choosing your partner as a person, if we're being sincere or being genuine? Secondly, guys, how do you know this person is your person and know when not to waste someone's time? You meet someone, you should be, do you think like we should be able to tell if this person is for us, or we're just going to stick to that person until our person comes along? Crazy. Crazy, crazy. And the third highlight of this episode, or the third question would be: is that term I have to text the water, is it valid? Is it a valid excuse for you to go outside your partnership with your romantic partner? Is it valid? Is that in any way a valid reason? I want you guys to engage on this topic on all platforms. I will be here to convey the message. So for everything I've highlighted on this episode, I would want us to interact greatly on it going forward, because I think it's relationship season on this podcast. So I don't know. Well, I am still marveled, guys. So for everything I've highlighted, I would really want you guys to interact with it and give me your feedback. Okay, guys, don't forget to stream this podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have a weekly video dropping every Thursday on my Ask Luchi segment. Okay, guys, don't forget to follow me across all social media platforms at Oluchi on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, formerly Twitter. We also have a podcast page. AWR_podcast is love season, guys. I mean, I just spoke about Love Island. So don't forget to spread love. Love is God. God is love. Have an amazing week, people. I love you. Bye.